Greycon is one of those companies that I suppose that is a really good company, um, but hasn't lived up to being a great company over the 40 years of existence. The processes and the factors in the business up until a year or so ago were fairly old school way of doing things. You know, nothing really changed because they just carried on doing as they did. I was brought in to, as I said, from the as the book says, take a good company and making it great. And part of that, I put a vision forward that within the next 3 years, to double the size of the business, um, and keep our profitability of thereabouts of 50%. I created a vision statement based around what we call Greycon 3.0, and that has five specific strategic initiatives, or pillars. One was strong leadership. We then had to change our model of business. We needed to restructure the whole of the sales teams and
Hmm.
bring in a proper structure of sales. And then the fourth pillar is of the operational excellence. And of course, the final bit of the puzzle was to look at the technology, um, and modernize it so that we had something for the future. That was launched almost a year ago, and we pretty well have been focused on doing just about every one of those parts and building that. Everything we do has to come back to one of those pillars. And of course, that's how membrane starts coming to that bit, because it actually comes into multiple parts of what we're looking to do. And hence the reason why I picked up the phone to say it. So we did that. We currently are thereabouts, about 10% over what we expected in terms of the numbers for the current year, which is right on where we want to be.